Joining us now in the public interest is Kiran Ahuja, the Executive Director of the White House Initiative on Asian Americans and Pacific Islanders. Kiran, thank you so much for being here with us.
Thank you. Thank you for the invitation.
Now, you're here in San Francisco, and I understand you're based in Washington, but your travels take you all over America to deal firsthand with Asian American issues. Can you give some folks the perspective that you have on what it is that your job entails, because it is a pretty big job?
It is. And a little bit of history and background, because this initiative was created by President Obama in 2009. And it's a very broad initiative that covers a lot of different issues, from like health and education to economics to small businesses. And it really is focused on addressing the needs of Asian Americans, Native Hawaiians, and Pacific Islanders. So it's a really, really broad group. And the purpose to make sure that all the resources and services and protections that come out of the federal government are accessible to our community. I think there's a sense that for a long time our community has been kind of off the radar, a community somewhat unknown to the federal government. And I think our job has been talking to federal agencies about the needs in the community, the diversity, the complexity of the community, and making sure that our community is aware that we exist and we're there to serve them. So we've reached at this point 25,000 people. We've been in 50 different cities and more than 20 plus states, and really seeing us as a go-between almost between the community and a lot of the stakeholders, and also the federal government and this administration.
Why did it take so long for us to get any recognition as Indian Americans, both of us, part of this Asian American sect, which honestly really does not have much say in media or politics?
Right. President Clinton created the initiative at the tail end of his administration, so they had about a year to really get things going. And I think it's been great that the president, our president, has saw this as necessary and wanted to bring this in on the front end of his administration, so we'd have more time to be able to deal with the issues that our colleagues had just started back in the Clinton administration. I think, and a lot of this really is about numbers. We've had a tremendous growth in our community, but for a long time we've been small. And for many of us who come as immigrants, I know for my parents, it was really like 1 foot out, 1 foot in, and coming here to really just make a better life for their children and their families. And I think those of us second generation, 1.5 generation, are really trying to find our way, becoming more politically involved, more engaged with government and business and nonprofit work. And I think that as we have not only grown as a community, we are also becoming more involved and more engaged. And I think that is critically important. So you've seen in this administration where a record number of Asian Americans, including South Asians, who serve for this president, which is pretty incredible. And I think that has been very helpful in us pushing the message of how important this community is. And I think as we become more diverse, they're talking about, I think by beyond 2040, this country will be majority minority in some ways. So the minority is no longer the minority, but that it's important for us to understand this community, and not just ours, but many others that have come to this country, and how diverse we are becoming as a country.